Hey everybody, I'm making this short video for both students and staff to help give everybody the picture of moving from completely virtual to a hybrid classroom. This is an image that I gave some of my level 5 students to give them a picture of what a hybrid classroom looks like. If you are nostalgic for in-person 2019 classes, a hybrid class is not that. And if you're like me and you really enjoy teaching online, you have that creativity, it's not that either. Logistically, the hybrid class has all of the classroom management problems of an in-person class and all of the technical problems of a virtual class at the same time. So the way you want to get ahead of these issues is to simplify everything and make sure students know exactly what they're getting into if they're going to come to a hybrid class in person. So first off, you've got people in the room and online. You're going to Zoom at the same time. When you start the Zoom, everybody has to be there. So you have everybody spread out, comfortably, socially distanced with their mask on. First things first, if I'm teaching a hybrid class in person, I'm wearing a mask. For ESOL, that means nobody's watching your mouth, my mouth moving. So pronunciation exercises are out the window, unless you choose to take your mask off and you like living dangerously. That's up to you. Secondly, the biggest issue that comes up when people begin to transition into hybrid is the microphones. The easiest way to do it is it's a very old-fashioned teacher-led lesson, which is what we don't want to do in ESOL classes, where the teacher leads from the front and everyone is watching the lesson on their screen. So the students aren't interacting with each other, even though they're sitting next to each other. You have to give them some collective project, and there's many ways you can do that. One reason the students aren't interacting with each other is because the microphone. If your student is sitting 5 feet away from another student and they both have their microphones on at the same time, that's going to be static. And the 15 or 20 people at home are going to be hearing a ringing in their ears. There are other ways you can troubleshoot this. You can have everybody in the room mute themselves. You can mute your own microphone and use a microphone in the middle of the room when you get things a little fancier like this, where you could have one microphone that picks up the sound of the entire room. And this actually requires more discipline from the students. Little side conversations will be picked up on that microphone and broadcast to everyone at home. And then the students need to know that. So it's much more like, and if students who are coming in late, they won't be accommodated, easily welcomed with open arms by the teacher because they're late. The teacher is already in the middle of the instruction process. So the face-to-face interaction that students might think they're getting in person, that happens half an hour to an hour before the Zoom begins. So if you Zoom at 10, be there at 9, and you can meet and greet, do your advising, take care of little issues. That's when the real group conversation is happening. When the Zoom is going on, it's very much a teacher-led lesson. And when you put students in breakout rooms, you can't put this student and this student in the same breakout room unless one microphone is muted and they start sharing the same computer. So those are the basic logistics. When you start simple, and then when you get the hang of it, move to other complicated things like incorporating a smart board, having a camera across the room. This drawing shows a teacher using a blackboard. You have to make sure whatever you're writing on the blackboard can be seen by picked up on that camera and seen clearly to the 20 people who are attending virtually. Those are the basic logistics. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of ways around it, but it is not in any way like a traditional in-person class. And it is not in any way like a virtual class that we've gotten used to over the last 2.5 years.